At the far edge of a quiet village surrounded by golden fields and ancient olive trees stood a lonely house. Its windows were cracked, its doors worn by time, and ivy crawled across its walls like whispers from the past. People spoke of it only in low voices. Children ran past it. Adults avoided looking at it after sunset. They said something lived inside, not a monster, not a ghost, but a mirror, and inside that mirror, a fairy. Lian, a curious girl with bright eyes and an even brighter imagination, had heard the story since she was very young. Unlike the others, she did not feel fear when she heard them. She felt wonder. Her grandmother once told her, "Some mirrors do not show your face. They show who you truly are." Those words stayed with Lian, and one misty morning, driven by curiosity stronger than fear, she walked toward the abandoned house. The wooden door groaned as she pushed it open. Dust danced in beams of sunlight that slipped through broken windows. The air smelled of old wood and forgotten memories. Her footsteps echoed as she walked deeper into the house. Every room seemed frozen in time. Old chairs, faded curtains, cracked paintings. At the end of a long corridor, she found a narrow door slightly open. Inside stood a tall mirror framed with silver that had darkened with age. It was beautiful and strangely alive. Leon stepped closer. Her reflection stared back. But something felt different. The air grew warmer, and the surface of the mirror shimmered like water touched by moonlight. "I want to see the truth," Len whispered. The mirror glowed. Light poured from its surface, and a tiny fairy appeared, her wings translucent like glass, her eyes deep and calm. "I am the guardian of the lost mirror," she said softly. "I appear only to those who truly seek truth." Lun felt nervous, but not afraid. "What is the truth?" she asked. The fairy smiled gently. "That magic is not found in mirrors, but in the choices you make every day." And with that, she vanished. On her way home, Lian saw an old woman struggling to carry heavy baskets. Normally, she might have walked past, lost in her thoughts. But the fairy's words echoed in her mind. She ran to help. The old woman smiled warmly. "Kindness shines brighter than gold." That night, Lian felt something new, a quiet strength growing inside her. Days passed, and Lan began to notice small moments she had once ignored. Lonely neighbors, tired shopkeepers, children who felt left out. She started helping wherever she could. Each time she chose kindness, she saw faint flashes of light around her, as if the world itself was responding. But she also saw shadows, arguments, jealousy, and fear. She realized the world needed light, and someone willing to carry it. When she returned to the mirror, the fairy appeared again. "You are learning," she said. "Is this the magic?" Lan asked. "The magic," the fairy replied, "is choosing compassion when it is easier to look away." The fairy showed her visions. People who once searched for power through the mirror but discovered their true strength came from caring for others. The fairy explained that long ago people used the mirror to seek beauty, wealth, and glory. But the mirror revealed only their true hearts. Many left disappointed, some changed forever. "The last mirror remains," the fairy said, "so that someone, someday, will understand that the greatest transformation begins within." Leng listened carefully. She felt that the fairy was preparing her for something bigger. One night, a violent storm struck the village. Trees fell, roofs cracked, darkness covered the streets. Fear spread quickly. Without hesitation, Lian began helping, guiding lost children, sharing food, comforting frightened neighbors. She worked tirelessly, not thinking about herself. The storm eventually passed, leaving the village damaged but alive. And something inside Lan had changed forever. She returned to the mirror. This time, no fairy appeared. Instead, she saw her own reflection, stronger, calmer, filled with quiet confidence. Her eyes held the same gentle glow the fairy once had. Then she heard the fairy's voice, soft and distant. "You have become the light." The next day, the mirror looked ordinary. No glow, no magic, just glass. But Lian did not feel sadness. She understood that the fairy had not disappeared. She had simply moved into Lian's heart. As years passed, Lian told children stories about kindness and courage. She never claimed there was a fairy in the mirror. Instead, she told them, "Each of you carries a hidden light. You only need to choose to shine." The abandoned house slowly became a place of reflection rather than fear. One evening, a young child stood before the old mirror. For a moment, just a moment. The glass shimmered. Some stories never truly end. They simply wait for the next heart, brave enough to believe. The fairy in the lost mirror was never just a magical creature. She was the reflection of kindness, the echo of courage, the quiet reminder that true magic lives inside every choice we make. And sometimes, when someone looks into a mirror searching for truth, the light answers back.